You are listening to the Built to Grow podcast, delivering the knowledge in all things fitness business. We help gym owners win. Here are your hosts, Tim Lyons and Randy Engston.
All right, welcome back to the Built to Grow podcast. I am your host, Tim Lyons, and in studio today, as always, Randy, the monarch of magnificence, Engston, is here joining us today.
The monarch.
Man,
some of these make me feel important. I don't know if I've ever been a monarch.
That's a prestigious title
Right?
there.
How about it?
And we got another special guest. If you're on our YouTube subscription, and you can see there's a guy in a purple shirt here, Ryan Taylor, the vice president of Europa, flew in from Brazil today. How you doing, Ryan?
I'm doing good. It was a long flight.
Yeah. Glad he can make it. So Ryan's he's a regional rep for Europa, yes, which, if you guys don't know, it's a huge wholesaling distribution for supplements and probably other stuff, maybe some equipment, things like that. I'm not 100% sure.
Yes.
We've used Europa for years in the past for, supplements here and there, and he's just going to be a great resource today to talk about bringing in another profit center into your space and how to do that correctly, right? And all the opportunities. But before we get started, a couple things to note here. We do have our Fit Pro Growth Summit coming up on October 18th and 19th. Do not forget to register if you want to go check that out. That is winninggym.com/Scottsdale. You can check that, the details out. The agenda's up there. We're updating it as we get more and more information. But we got a list of attendees over here, and it's growing by the day, and we're excited to kind of host that event, and it's going to be great. So if you hadn't heard about it, it's really for those gym owners that are kind of above that $400,000 a year or more mark. Nothing against the guys that aren't quite there yet, but the conversations in a room of that caliber just kind of changes things, and so we want to kind of focus on those guys and girls that are doing 400K or more. And if that's you, great, check it out, winninggym.com/Scottsdale. But without further ado, let's talk supplements.
Boom.
Supplements.
All right, so give us a little background on your story and how you started with Europa, maybe going back into maybe the bodybuilding world, and give us a little background.
So I've been with Europa. Next week will be 5 years.
Wow.
So, yeah,
nice. Congratulations.
Been with them for 5 years, and it's been fun. I was before taking over the state of Arizona, I was managing Nevada and Utah, which is great. A bunch of gyms I got to work with between those two states.
Yeah.
So just recently, about 7 months ago, moved down here. So now I oversee Arizona. So not quite the vice president, but not bad.
And really, the unique perspective you're going to bring to the table today is, and I mean, think about how many gyms you've been inside of. Right? Can you even imagine? Like, how many do you think?
Nah, I mean, it's hard to keep track of, and I mean that's just myself. But obviously, Europa. I mean, nationwide, how many gyms we work with and we visit as well as a company. Yeah. So.
Okay. Thousands.
Yeah. Easily.
Okay.
Easily.
So you started in Arizona how long ago? 7 months?
Yeah, about 7 months ago. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Moved out here. Yeah.
All right. And so really, somebody would reach out to you if they needed supplements for the facility, but that's not really what we're talking about today. Really, what we're going to talk about today is the opportunity, because we talk about having multiple profit centers in the facilities, usually 6 to 8. And if you look at Pulse, we've got, obviously our training, the 3 different levels of training. We've got nutrition, massage therapy, and we got supplementation as well as smoothie bar here. So there's a lot of different profit centers. Let's talk about those gyms. And, I don't know if you know our audience, but typically it's smaller training studios, and you've worked with plenty.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So take us through somebody making a decision on whether or not they should bring this into their facility.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you guys have it down what you're preaching about. I mean, personal training and just each one of the stages. But yeah, supplements is something right up there as a way of just having another revenue stream. And most of the training studios out there, I mean, you're paying for every square inch in your facility, and the goal is to make as much money out of that as possible.
Right.
So you have a front desk that's sitting there collecting dust. The dust isn't paying you.
Yep.
You can partner with somebody like Europa, and we'll be able to get you the top selling brands and bars, cookies. If you have a fridge, even better. We'll get some drinks in there. Now you're creating some revenue on that space that had been sitting empty.
Yep.
So I mean that's the start, is just getting something in the door. Yeah.
Okay. So how does somebody go about deciding what they should bring in?
I mean, you can go off of what you personally like. I've had the conversation with a few gyms like, oh, I like this. Problem is, I mean, there's plenty of things I like, but it doesn't mean you like it.
Sure.
You're going to like it. So you can't really go off of that. You need to look at what is selling, what's in the market, what's selling. And so that's, again, partnering, working with a company like with us, with Europa, is we are. I mean, we're the leading distributor in the industry, so we know what brands, what products are selling to make a recommendation. Yeah, of course you can. If you have some stuff you like, you can sprinkle it in as well.
Okay.
But yeah, you can rely on us to help you, at least guide you, navigate you in the right direction of what brands to look at, which ones to start with.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and I would agree. And I would actually look inward if I'm a gym owner or a trainer. What do you believe in? Not necessarily what you take, because there might not be an alignment, which is sad to say.
Yep.
But what do you believe in? Do you think every client should have a protein supplement? Does every client need to have a multivitamin? Does every client need to have an amino acid supplement, pre-workout or post-workout nutrition? Like, what do you believe in? And that's probably where I would start, because if you don't believe in something, it's going to be really hard for you to sell it to your clients, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes back to sales 101. If you're not a product of the product and you're not, bought in and believing it, it's always going to be a difficult sell.
No, you're gonna lose money. It's gonna sit there and collect dust, and that's a good point. You need to believe in it, and then knowing. I mean, as far as if you have a few trainers, what do they believe in? What products, and just find out what they're recommending their clients. What should they be taking?
Right.
I mean, if they're recommending everybody be on a protein, amino, multivitamin.
Right.
Probably be smart to start there. Right? Why not have that? Yeah. Why not have that be available? They're recommending it for their clients anyways.
Right.
They're either keep it in house or send it out.
Right.
Yeah.
And let's talk about that. Do you have any data around what the average consumer, like the gym goer, let's just take your training client, would actually go and spend on supplements on their own?
Me personally, I don't. But as a company, yeah, we have that stuff.
What kind of? Oh, you don't have it.
Not in front of me. No.
Because you got to imagine. Your clients are spending money somewhere. I mean, they're going to GNC or, and think about, and I don't know, you probably supply to GNC too, right?
A few.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been in many GNCs and vitamin shops and all these places, and usually have that young high school kid working the summer job that has no clue about supplements, but they're paid on a commission, and they're going to push your client,
whatever they're getting paid the most on that day.
They're going to push your client, your gym client, and walk into a GNC, and they're going to listen to some high school kid telling them what to take. Like, why don't you bring that in-house and tell your clients what you believe in?
And that's we were talking about that a little bit before we fired things up. Your people are coming to you for in the training space because you are the expert in that arena. They're coming to you as a point of authority. You're kind of prescribing the workouts, the nutrition. Supplementation goes right in alignment with the rest of it. So why not bring that source of revenue into your facility instead of saying, hey, I mean, there are services that we recommend out, right? We're not going to bring every single service or product into a facility, but this is an easy avenue, and it's in alignment with the things that we're teaching and preaching every single day.
Right.
It makes no sense for you to have a facility where you're saying multi-protein BCAAs and not have a solution for your clients.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Or fish oil or any of those things.
Sure, I mean, whatever your beliefs as a facility really, I mean, it goes back to your core values, your beliefs. You're we've talked about it before. As a facility owner, especially, you're the one that's kind of deciding your core values and beliefs. Your team should be part of that culture, that belief system,
Sure.
And ultimately, obviously, you're going to be the one making the deciding factor, but you have a team of people you can rely on.
Yep.
And get those opinions, communicate with your staff, right?
Yep.
It should be in alignment with your beliefs when it comes to training, but like you said, it might not be exactly what you personally take. You and I and the three of us train differently than your client. We would train your clients for the most part. Our goals are different.
Everybody's got different goals. So
the goals of your facility need to be in alignment with the supplements that you're recommending as well.
For sure. So, money-wise, I mean, I know you work with a lot with the big box gyms.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's take a look at those big box gyms. Do you know what kind of revenue is available out there? I mean, well, let me take a huge step back. Let me wipe what I just said. But let's start here, because I was going to say this earlier. If your trainers don't believe in something, it'll never go anywhere. And we've had that happen here, where we've decided as a team, and then one trainer is against it, and they kind of undermine your authority. So to bring in a supplement or a group of supplements, or this is going to be the supplement package that we're going to bring into a facility, the entire team needs to be in alignment. It needs to be the culture of the gym. And it's kind of hard to do. It's because every trainer that works for you or works in the facility has their own ideas about stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if it's not coming from the top down, but also the bottom up, it's not going to go anywhere. So the very first thing you should do, obviously, as a team, decide. These are the things we all believe in. Yes, yes, yes. Great. Everybody's in agreement. Cool. We're gonna reach out to Ryan at Europa or whoever you're going to go to, and you're going to bring these supplements in. Now, every client needs to get educated on it, because, like I said, you could have Michael Jordan coming to speak tomorrow at the gym, but if nobody knows about it, nobody's coming, right? Yeah. And so if you have supplements, all of a sudden they're on the shelf, but nobody's talking about it, they're just going to collect dust. Mm-hmm. So what would you recommend, Ryan, to kind of launch a new supplement protocol in a gym?
Well, actually, backtracking to what you were mentioning about the trainers need to be on board. There's been a couple of gyms I've worked with where they were all 100% in. Yeah. They wanted to get into it, but they didn't. They had a couple trainers that expressed to me that they didn't believe in the brands that the gym felt they should bring in, and they didn't believe it, and they were still sending their clients out, even though the gym was offering commission on it. They just didn't believe. They felt they should send it out, and it did. It didn't work. So you do need to figure out a way to get everybody on board. Yep. As far as launching it with, I mean, if the gym is in an area where one of us, the territory managers, are in, I mean, one of the easiest things to do is utilize us. I mean, I'll come in. I mean, we're going to be working hand in hand and deciding and what products you're going to start with, what that looks like, we'll help with the setup to make sure. I mean, because it needs to be displayed right. I mean, if you stick something in a corner and you don't even open up the box of bars, nobody's going to come over and grab one. It needs to look good. So I mean, we'll be there, but and we can come in and do an education piece as far as
that's a good way.
Have all the trainers come in. We'll break it down. This is what this is. This is what this is. I mean, it's stuff more than likely most of them know, but it's anything over education. I mean, that helps.
I would say one of the biggest things you could do, because we've had a smoothie bar since we opened in this new facility, but our clients walk past it every day and becomes kind of like they're numb to it. Mm-hmm. And at any given time that we decide we want to sell some more smoothies, guess what we do? Samples. Yep. Here's some samples, and all of a sudden the smoothie sales go up because they forget, like, oh yeah, that's right.
They get out of that zombie mode coming in. I'm here for my workout. They forget that. Yeah. Oh, here it is.
So if you got supplements, aminos, pre-workout, or protein bars, you can chop them up and do samples, and those immediately you start getting bought.
And that's something a lot of the brands too. I mean, another benefit of working with a lot of these national brands is they have it in their budget to be able to work with you. So as far as a lot of them do dollar drink nights, where with the gym they'll be, okay, sell our drinks for $1, just $1. That way it gets it out there. I mean, for $1 you get a protein shake, energy drink, whatever that brand's product may be, and then they reimburse the gym that. So I mean that's
difference.
Yes, I mean that's a lot of these brands will do that same thing with the bars and cookies. They'll give you some to either sell or just straight give away as a sample, and I mean that's a great way to get everybody trying stuff.
Yeah. Anytime we want to boost ourselves, we do samples. And
it's one of the best ways.
We do the same thing with personal training. It's a try before you buy type of world. You need to experience something before you're comfortable making that decision moving forward. I like the idea of just kind of building it into your culture. Every conversation, it should be a non-negotiable, just like nutrition, just like showing up for your workouts. Like, okay, cool. This is the system. This, your nutrition is every single day, just like your food, just like your workouts. And when you can build that understanding, that kind of like almost a holistic approach to health and wellness, it changes the perception of that in the end user. And I mean, there wouldn't be I cannot imagine personally not having the supplements that I have in my life. Like, it is so routine for me.
You probably forget half the things you take because
all the time.
So
we were talking about before.
So routine of what
why
you're
does
taking.
nobody have an auto ship option for supplements? Somebody do this. Bodybuilding.com, listen. Just send me my shit every month. Like
Amazon has that.
Amazon does, but even the way that they do it is kind of difficult because you have to package them based on how many months they're on, like how often you want. Like there's too much option. And
not just option A, B, and C.
Yeah, like I want
bundles.
I want and I want month one. Like these are my supplements. Just send me the 30 days.
Well, a gym can do that very easily.
Well, look at this.
A gym could easily do that. They can have bundles set up, flat rate. You get all these pieces that we're recommending.
Yep. Every month you get this shipped to your house, or it's waiting here for you at the gym.
Yeah.
And we just bill you out on auto recurring.
Yeah.
It's absolutely something you should do. I know it all has to start at the beginning. That first sales consultation with the new prospect coming in the gym, your fitness, whoever it is, your fitness director, your sales guy or girl that's selling that new person. That needs to be part of the prescription of the fitness routine. And then, yes, you would create some kind of auto ship detail, like auto billing. You can put it right through MindBody's M Planner, any ABC, ASF, any of those that you're using. You can just create a recurring stream, and then you just work with a supplier like yourself, and then all of a sudden it's there every single month.
Make sure it's always there, ready to go.
Yeah.
Well, listen to that. That's a tip that, right? Real life application, looking for a solution. My gym, not Tim's gym, but the other close to my house. There's a reason I'm not training at Tim's gym full time. They don't have an option for it, and therefore, and they don't have the supplements that I personally buy. But where I do, it's not an option. So if you are a personal training facility with the option to do this with your clients, bake this into your culture, make it part of that conversation from day one.
Yep.
And now you just add, and potentially like what? What's your? I mean, it's got to be 150 to 250 a month.
Yeah. I mean, you should be hopefully looking for right around a 50% profit margin. I mean, some would be better, some would be less. It just depends on the product. So, I mean, if you're locking that in every single month or however many clients, I mean, just continuous revenue stream.
Thousands.
And it all goes back to your lifetime value of your client.
So you're saying, like a protein they would buy from you for $25, we could sell it for $59, something like that.
I mean, we have all different products that obviously the gym decides what they want to sell it at, but we do have gym packages for gyms that are wanting to get into the supplements. Obviously, drinks and bars are one of the easiest ways to break in. But if you're looking to get in, we have I think it's 4 tiers, a bronze, a silver, a gold, and platinum level. Okay. And each one of them are guaranteed over 50% margin. So,
so it's packaged in.
It's packaged in, and it's the top selling for the category across the country. So you're getting a top selling SKU and a protein, BCA, pre-workouts, and I think a fat burner in the first one. And like to say, just to give you an idea, the bronze package, the starting package is right around $350. Which I believe it's a guaranteed profit on that one is 400 plus. Is based on so that you get an aggressive discount with that buying that bundle. So you buy this bronze
package, you're guaranteed almost 100% profit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you cover your 350 plus another 400 profit on top. Okay, cool. I don't see why you wouldn't do it unless you don't believe in it, or if there's stuff that you don't want your clients taking. If it's me and I'm thinking about this out loud, and we don't do, all transparency, we don't do a very good job with our supplement sales here. We have a smoothie bar. We do great with smoothies, and we have very few clients that are constantly buying the stuff because they just buy it here. And like you said, drinks go very well because it's a low purchase, right? It's $4, $7.
Like the pre-made ready-to-drink stuff?
Yeah, the ready-to-drink protein.
Those go quick drinks. Because they're not putting $50 down for a month's supply. They're just buying it that one time and then it's done.
And the margins are usually much better.
Margins are good. Margins are good, and it's an impulse item, like you're saying. I mean, it's lower dollars, so it's not that big of a deal. I'm walking by, I could use this protein, or I need to pick me up. Let me grab this energy drink on the way in and one on the way out.
Yeah. The pre-workouts, I know, was it Hyde? Comes in those little, like literally they designed a pre-workout where you mix it from the same container. I mean, I've been in a bind where I forgot my pre-workout and things like that. Ended up at a gym, and I'm like the guy where I'm like pissed off and ready to leave the gym because I'm not ready to go, And I'm like, no, I'm not leaving. I'm not going home. It's
part of your routine, your ritual.
Gotta get it done. But see, it threw me off. So I ended up spending the $4.50 or $5 for the single serving.
You're addicted to the burst.
You can't half burst, man. You got a full burst every burst.
Addicted to the burst.
That's full disclosure, that's about the only caffeine I take in, so my days are all right.
Sure.
Not sure about that one. That's what they all say.
I say caffeine and I say whiskey. But it's the same thing. If that was not an option in that situation, he was either walking out and going home. maybe coming back later, or I was going to find another alternative. But the gym wasn't getting that money. It wouldn't be an option. They had a $5 pre-workout
single serving
ready to sell me when I buy one for $35
for the month.
20 to 30 servings.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, you want to talk about margin again, guys? This is business. Like, this is an opportunity for you to win. You know, you're doing. Again, it goes back to the value exchange. Your client wants what you're offering, and they're purchasing this for a reason. You can make some money while doing so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, they're getting it somewhere. And then the ones that aren't, backtracking a little bit when you're talking about what the trainers are recommending, and it's even something to make sure your trainers are holding their clients accountable, because you mentioned the piece about they're on top of their diet. Like, are you following your diet? And you know if your client's following the diet or not, but you're still going to ask them, are you? And then whether they're working out, because you're making sure they're working out. So it's as simple as asking them, like, hey, are you drinking your BCI recommended right now while we're lifting? Or when they're done, hey, make sure you drink your protein shake right now. Grab one from the fridge. Or for you guys, I mean, it's great having a shake. Grab one on the way out. So something as simple as that, as a trainer, just holding the client accountable for all aspects, and that'll help the gym.
Yeah, and be super honest with you guys. This ties into our value ladder that we talked about several episodes ago. This isn't just to sell to make money. You're trying to get your clients a better result. So by default, they're buying additional products from you, but they're getting a better result because they're being supplemented on things that they're not getting in their diet, or they're being able to work out harder because they have stuff in their system that's going to help them push,
raise some intensity,
or they recover faster.
Mm-hmm.
So this isn't just trying to sell snake oil to try to make more money. You're trying to help your clients, and that's really what you're doing here.
That's why we're in business. I mean, like, that's a premise behind owning the gym, right? Is to provide your client with results. This is another added layer, like you said.
Yeah.
And back to that value ladder, it's both sides of the coin always. More results while making more money.
So if you're a gym owner, you're listening to this podcast, these are the steps you would take. You would look internally. Do we have supplements? Yes, no. Great. Let's talk about this as a team. And I can't stress that to you enough. Again, the team buy-in is either going to fall flat or it's going to excel. What do you guys believe in as a culture of your facility? What are the products, at least the
categories? The
categories. Sure. And then you decide. I would absolutely decide bundles. I would say this is the female bundle, the male bundle, the fat loss bundle, the muscle gain bundle, whatever those things are that need to go in that bundle. And then get that auto ship thing figured out.
Yeah.
And then bring it into the front of the house. Obviously display it correctly.
Yeah.
Get educated on every product, because your client's going to ask you, why that one over this one? And again, when you guys are deciding the actual brands, you need to be all in alignment, because again, I can't stress this enough, it won't go anywhere.
Well, and it's whoever's having the conversation. You know what I mean? If the person, because every facility we work with is a little different, right? If your training staff is not recommending nutrition and supplements, and it's somebody else, like, it makes sure it's the players in the game that have that belief system. If it's the people over here that are selling everything, make sure that it's that team that you're negotiating with, that you guys have the same beliefs.
Yep.
It's because you're right. If you have a weakest link in there that doesn't have the buy-in, it's gonna crumble. It just is.
I'll tell you a story here that happened to us. We had a trainer here that obviously not here anymore, but I'll tell you why. She was standing at the front desk talking about some bars. We had some bars from Europa sitting right next to her. FitJoy, I think it was. I think there was some plant-based stuff, or some was organic. We as a team, we decided that these were the bars. And she's talking to the client. I'm standing behind her doing something else, and she's telling them to go to GNC and get this other brand right in front of me. And I brought her in, obviously I had a nice little chat with her, but she's like, I don't personally like those bars. I don't like those. So I like these other ones. Okay, well, this is for, you know what I mean? What team are you on? What team are you on? You're not on our team anymore.
At the end of the day, I mean, like when you said at least the categories, at least agree on that, right? Let's be honest. There's a million proteins out there that are decent proteins.
There's
right?
a bunch of great ones. Everybody's got their opinion. Yeah.
Flavor matters to the individual. Like there's a million things that you could get specific on.
I got an idea. I have a question.
you got like super intense about something.
Well, let's talk about the marketing of protein supplements and all this turmoil and lawsuits that's been going on for years. This nitrogen spiking,
insulin doping, and
spiking. No, nitrogen spiking. So they would spike the powders with nitrogen, and during the test, it would show a much higher protein content. But when they broke it down and did more studies, it was like if it said 35 grams, it was like 3 or 10 grams. It was like
Ooh.
minuscule amount of protein. And there was a class action lawsuits with some major brands in there. Where is that sitting today? What is the outcome of that?
There's still brands getting themselves in trouble. It's sad. It's kind of a part of the industry that's not fun. But the positive is, again, there are select brands out there that they're gonna provide like batch testing. So you third party tested, so you can go and you can take a look and see exactly, okay, it was tested. The bottle says it has 25 grams of protein. It's got 25. It's got 24.5. Whatever. It's in there.
It's in there. What's on the labels in the bottle
is in the bottle.
And this is third party tested by like NSF.
Yes. There's different third party tests. And if you can find, there's a few that are out there that still have like NSF certifications on it. That it costs a lot, so not too many brands do that. But if you see that, so if you see that, you know that product is safe. And I mean, that's a good one for if you're an athlete to make sure.
I was gonna say athletes, and even like our military, men and women. I know a lot of them with the pre-workouts and stuff like that. The false positives coming back, or even some of them, the companies there got blasted because the components were too much like a methamphetamine or things along those routes. Where they were giving positive. Drug test results based on taking a pre-workout. Is a professional athlete or an athlete.
Another one
that
you've seen a lot of people use is informed choice. So informed choice seems to be a lot more brands are using that. So that's another one that's saying it's been third party tested.
Okay.
So what's on the labels in the bottles?
Because we like to run a straight line. We're not trying to use the marketing of this crazy like bright colors and tactics just to sell, because if it doesn't help our clients, then I don't really care about what the marketing says. I want to know what's in the bottle is on the label.
And
I would think most of our clients that are in this for the right reasons, not to make that money per se, but to try to take care of their clients would want it. So you're saying informed choice or NSF certified.
Yeah, those are good ones to start with. There's a few other that I've seen, some other third party tests. Basically, protein's a commodity. It's not something where somebody I can undercut it and manufacture for cheaper than this guy or this guy. Like with a pre-workout, you can dosaging throws things off, et cetera. But protein, it's a flat rate. So if you come across a company that the price sounds too good to be true, more than likely it's not true. It's not true. It's not true.
Okay. So most likely what they're saying on the label isn't, because there is no FDA certification across the board on supplements, right? It's kind of Wild West still. Yeah. Like I know I've known this for a while, but there was that Bigger, Faster, Stronger. You guys watched that documentary?
It's good. Yeah.
So he created his own supplement and got some day laborers to pack the pills, and he was selling a supplement. He's like, now this is so you got to be careful. You really
what is it? The proprietary blends. Yeah.
You don't really know.
That's one thing a lot of companies have been going away from is they're going towards the full transparency.
And I was going to say, I think
consumers are getting smarter.
Yeah.
They know what they need to take, and it's no longer this prop blend where you don't know half the ingredients in it, and it says it's 5 grams, and you're like, okay, well, how much is caffeine? How much is this? How much is this? So a lot of them go into the full disclosure, so you know exactly what it is. That way you can make a better informed choice. And you're like, okay, well, this is what I need. I'm looking for creatine. I'm looking for some citrulline. Okay, well, look at this. Both has it. These are good dosages. Okay, this is the product I'm gonna give a shot with.
Yep. Now, does Europa? I'm not trying to put you on the spot. Are you guys carrying NSF certified products? You are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we got NSF. Like I said, it's few. I think.
Because it's expensive.
Oh yeah, I believe Cytosport still is NSF certified on on all their products across their brand, except for maybe one or two of their RTDs. They don't have it on. And that might be the only one we have right now. It's small.
So two things to think about. If it says NSF, great. What's on the label is in the bottle. We know that. But what is on the label needs to also fit with what you're trying to take. Just because it has certification, it still might say 2 grams of protein on the bottle. And there's 2 grams. But you need to know, hey, I need 25 grams, 35 grams.
And that's the other half. Supplementation, it because it is the Wild West and because it is essentially selling a product at the end of the day, there's just as much of the good supplements out there as there are crap, and when it comes time for you as a business to decide what is right for your client, make sure that you guys are vetting the information, vetting the supplements, and doing the going the extra mile to make sure that you have your full belief that what you're promoting is something that you guys can stand upon. I guess that's from every aspect of business.
Yeah. So you got that to think about. You got the buy-in from the team. You got to know what you guys believe in. So there's a lot of things that go into just deciding, hey, we'll bring supplements in today because like I said, it will fall. It's falling flat.
Well, there's too many. There's too many to choose from. So you need to have a firm foundation.
Yeah.
Or guidance too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There are companies like Europa that are out there that can help you understand the marketplace a little bit better, understand what's right for your business based on your clients' needs as well.
And obviously that's always going to be evolving. So as a private studio, you have your core belief and your trainers are on board, and there's new evidence comes out that everybody should be taking X product or supplementing something. So now you're like, oh, well, we've always been going it this way. We need to be able to evolve and adapt and looking to bring something different in. And so it's just getting started, and it's constant learning.
Yeah,
and wanting to know how you can improve your clients.
Yeah, and I know the latest trend, and I guess this has probably been 5 years plus now, is all organic and natural. So getting away from the artificial sweeteners and all that stuff. So I know a lot of brands jumped on that early because that's not that expensive of a change. Yeah, like an NSF stamp on a 100 gram, which surprises me. Like, it really surprised me. I guess if they're making enough money, they don't really need to spend the money on it. If they're but if they're making enough money, why wouldn't you spend it on the? So it's like a catch-22 almost. I don't know. I don't know. If I own a supplement brand, that's the first thing I would do. I would make sure I had that on there because I believe in that and it's transparency. So, anyways, something to think about. If any supplement companies are listening, that might be
food for thought.
You're not buying your pre-workouts in the corner anymore? No. Like the back alley it comes with a blank label. Some guy hand scratched it with a pen.
It's hand wrote. It's a Sharpie though, so it's official.
It's official.
Yeah. He signed it. It was one of one.
Limited edition batch.
Yeah.
As far as Europa goes, I can vouch for them. They are a great company. You guys have taken care of me personally, going to the Olympia. 10 years in a row or almost or whatever. I think you guys pulled back the tickets last year or whatever, just because Allison was gone.
Hopefully that could change.
But it is coming up.
It's coming up. We were just talking about that before the show.
We got a couple weeks away.
Yeah. But you guys aren't a booth there anymore?
We have a hospitality suite, so we don't do the booth anymore. But we're still there, just outside of the convention center.
Yeah, I guess there was some turmoil with that. But no, somebody who bought it.
Oh, you got it. Probably Bang or something. I mean, there's some people in there that
no. Wasn't there a big celebrity that bought the Europa? Was it Rock?
Bought the
Europa. No, bought the Olympia event.
No, I'm not sure. Well, I mean, 2 years ago was when Amazon was the title sponsor of it.
But somebody took it over. That
didn't hear that.
I don't know.
I heard something with The Rock, but I'm not sure if he bought it or
invested in it.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Something about he was gonna. That's what.
Side
apparently,
note,
it was going to be on
Ballers
TV
tonight.
Ballers come back.
Ballers are on tonight.
So anytime I miss the first several episodes or seasons of a show, I never.
You never get in it.
You can't. Yeah.
I can't.
I just liked him, dude. I liked him. Now with Netflix, I don't have TV, so.
But everybody was Game of Thrones.
The YouTube TV.
I just don't. I can't go back. Like Breaking Bad. Everybody was I was season late in season 2 or whatever, and I just never got onto it because everybody was already
you were behind, so no point starting.
No point starting now, even though it's great. I saw the first 2 episodes, and
there's a movie they just announced this week.
Yeah, I saw that.
Finishing filming.
That.
So
that'd be fun.
Looks interesting.
It's a good show.
Great show. But The Rock, Europa, the Olympia. We're gonna have to look into that. That's our annual. It's September. What do we say? 13th, 14th, or something?
Yeah, 12th, 13th, 14th.
Okay. Well,
always a good time.
Yeah, I know.
Uh-oh.
It's a blast. We always have a good time.
Always. That's when we all met.
Yes, it was.
That's where we all met. Yeah.
Well,
not all of us, but that's where you came into the picture.
Yeah.
Probably 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, it'd be longer than that because I think it was the first. I've been with Europa for 5 years, and I think it was the first Olympia. So maybe 5 years, 4 or 5 years ago.
We're getting old.
Yeah.
Man.
We're old men.
I can't keep my Olympias straight anymore.
Yeah.
they all blurred together. There's that one and that one.
Yeah.
Was that the same one? I
don't know. All right, so y'all. So we got a chance here to bring in supplements. Like I said, that's your action plan. Go back, rewind. I'm not going to repeat it, but go through those steps to do that. Decide if you're going to bring it in, and then go through all those steps. This is just another step in the value ladder. If somebody wants to get a hold of you direct, how do they do that?
Well, my email address, I mean, they can shoot me an email. If they're looking to get a hold of me direct, so that's just Ryan Taylor at europasports.com.
Okay, we'll
So
put that.
Yeah, I'll put it in the show notes.
Yeah,
Sure.
put it below. Yeah, so that, otherwise you can just go to europasports.com and you can do click on register, become a customer, and you can get linked that way.
Oh, you know what? One thing, I know we're just about to end. I'm going to go backwards for a second. So what about, is there any solution for gym owners not having to purchase all the product up front?
Actually, I had a CrossFit gym. It works for them. It doesn't work for everybody, but it's a thought. We're covering the U.S. We got warehouses scattered everywhere, so our ship times are fast. I mean, the next day to 2 day shipping. Okay. So what they did, they utilized that. They did as a team. They decided, what do we believe in? What products do we like? And they created a list. We believe in protein powder A. We believe in this pre-workout. We believe in this, and we think you should be taking that. And they created an order sheet. As simple as that. They decide what they wanted. So the members would be like, check. I want this. I want a case of this drink. Yep. And they would be like, all right, once a week we'll order. And then that started getting. I think when they started, it was actually just, they were like, oh, we'll do it once a month, and it was instantly a hit. So that was, they weren't
kind of like a group buy. No, of your
group buy.
members.
They're not as a gym. You're not fronting any money. Here's my money. Order me the product. It shows up the next day or 2 days.
That's
2 days.
Genius.
2 days later.
Smart, yeah.
And towards the end, I think, there's a few times where they would order a couple times a week. They were doing it good, but I think it's best if you can keep it weekly. Just weekly. I mean, most everybody's going to get on the same sync. Then
there's a lot of logistics if you continue to. It gets a little muddy if you go beyond that.
So nice. That's a great way. So maybe you have some display products and your coaches are all bought in, and then you got the order sheet. Hey, just order it now. We're going to order every Wednesday. Yeah. Get it in by Wednesday, Tuesday night or whatever, and we'll order it first thing Wednesday. I'll be here by Friday.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a great way. So there you go. That's a great way to not have to purchase thousands of dollars of product and you're hoping it sells. You sell it first. So it's a pre-sale. Yeah. Great. Well, cool. That was a great tip.
Yeah. They did a good job with that.
That's a way of adding revenue without fronting it. There you go. Yeah. That's great. That's
win-win.
What business. Exactly. Let's go. Let's go.
All right, cool. So use that if that's what you want to do. Ryan Taylor at europasports.com is how you get a hold of Ryan. We'll put that in the show notes for everybody. We'll close it out, guys. Thanks for having you. Thanks for coming. Thanks for flying in from Egypt today to make it here.
Of course, I wouldn't miss it.
Guys, don't forget, you can always pick up the book at timlyonsbook.com, and then don't forget to register for the event.
Yes.
The Growth Summit's happening October 18th and 19th. Guys, until next time, keep changing lives. We'll see you. Bye.